Hey everybody, TacticAngel here, back on the PlayStation, playing some World of Warships Legends. We're going to do actually a replay today, and I'm actually going to be in the New Mexico, of all things. I've gone ahead and put my commander right up on the screen. We'll talk about that in just a minute, because we've got other things happening here. We have JC Vision. JC is, of course, JC Gameplay. He's just about one of the best players in the game. There you can see he's kind of like longingly looking over his shoulders, dreaming of a day when we might have team kills, I think. He's here to help me with a little announcement. But of course, if you do get an opportunity, head on over to his channel sometime. Link in the description. But in any case, he will be joining us in the picture-in-picture. We're playing with technology today. One thing I am going to say as we move forward is that the purpose of this video is not just a replay. This video is really about how to have fun in World of Warships Legends. Just like any game, it's all about having fun. And sometimes your best games aren't your best games. Or at least your most fun games aren't your most best games. And also, with the Golden Week event going on, we have some special events happening this week. I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of information as we go through this game. In any case, the reason for leaving my commander up on the screen for so long is you will have noticed that I am running something familiar. A survivability build on an American battleship, which always seemed like sort of a silly idea. It's really my comfort food. But I have swapped out my first slot mod for extra AA, and I'm also using all-out AA in my first commander skill slot. That's not particularly great for this ship, but it does work out pretty well for tier 7 American battleships and a couple of others. We've got a little bit of an advantage because someone like JC on my team, I know there's going to be an aircraft carrier on the enemy team, so why not? And in this case, he is trying to prod the Omaha into thinking that he's going to get torpedo striked, so it looks a little bit like he's trying to maneuver to make that not happen. Of course, JC's really just goading him, because we are working together as a team. In spite of the sort of miserable accuracy you're going to see throughout this game, we do manage to hit somebody. But don't let that distract you from what JC's doing. Lining up a shot on the Queen Elizabeth, only to put his torpedoes barely on the other side, land them in the much less well protected Omaha. Really a clever shot. He's pretty much out of the game, and I can't quite finish him off. So as usual, I am trying to push a flank, which is something that I usually try to do. You will see me fiddling about a little bit with the actual throttle, and that is largely because for a time I was considering that I would love to cap this base, but the truth of the matter is I'm a battleship, I'm never getting unspotted, and it's really just not in the cards. I am trying to limit the number of people who can shoot at me, because in spite of having 5 heals, I would prefer to hold on to as many as I can for as long as I can. You never quite know when they're going to come in handy. And we continue to whittle away a little bit at that Queen Elizabeth with our not impressive accuracy. Even a full accuracy build on the New Mexico is usually a little underwhelming. You can see we're up to 34 seconds on the cap. Now we're at 45, so this is pretty much not going to happen. And now I've taken a really big hit, which is not great. I cannot effectively angle against 2 battleships because my bow is pointed basically at that Byron over there, and this Queen Elizabeth is also shooting at me. The Byron is going to go straight through the front of my ship. I choose to continue to angle versus the queen, because I don't want to show broadside to the queen, because that could be even worse, and we'll just cross our fingers for some German dispersion coming from that Bayern. And now, even though we definitely didn't need to shoot all of those, we wanted to make sure to get that Omaha out of the way. At this point, I'm starting to apologize to JC because I'm clearly not going to make it. We've still got the queen out there. That was a shot into the upper belt. At this point, JC is basically trying to help me as much as possible, so frantically launching attack aircraft against this Queen Elizabeth. There you can see he drops a couple of bombs on it, and we can also watch it from our perspective, which is pretty fancy. You don't get to see that every day. JC likes to play an aggressive carrier. You can see he's already moved up quite a bit, and he's right tucked in behind that island. And now I am apologizing to him because I have 670 hit points. Yes, that may technically mean that I'm fine. Oof, but you don't get that lucky that often. We bounce quite a few shots there, and it looks like maybe one of them actually penetrated the front part of my ship, but it might be damage saturated at this point. Still, we're trying to get this QE knocked out. JC comes in with a fancy torpedo bomber attack. Unfortunately, he had healed, but we do manage to knock him out of the game. I still have 670 hit points, and you can bet your bottom dollar I was hitting up on that as hard as possible, as fast as possible. And now we've got a heal coming, so we managed to somehow live 40 seconds with 670 hit points. That's pretty impressive. I'm trying to get into will to rebuild range, which you see right there. I don't think that my teammate here ever quite caught on to the fact that I was trying to do that. Also, I've turned out to try to get some more of my guns working in there. My range is only 2 kilometers, and I need to try to keep pace with him. He's also faster than me, so all of this is not going to work very easily. Sadly, he is moving in behind that island. He's not going to get away from the damage, though, because you can see we're still coordinating our arms. And JC's coming in here with another dive bomber attack. And you can just see how effortless he makes all of this look. And if you think any of this is impressive, I've left a link to a replay by JC that's on Zarkoon's channel that you may really want to check out. Unfortunately, I've lost my will to rebuild, which is a sadness, particularly as we see some enemy torpedo bombers coming in on me. I do activate another heal as I slip into this gap. I'm hoping to get some cover from the island, but honestly, this guy does a pretty good job following the curvature of the land. You can see his drop there, and he buries 2 torpedoes into the side of my ship. It's a good time to be an American ship because torpedo reduction is a thing. Unfortunately, the New Mexico, it doesn't have the greatest AA. Now we're trying to whittle down this Nuremberg. I barely sneak anything over the edge, but JC is coming in from the other side and getting right in there. Drops a couple of bombs. And we can see a couple of hits. I've stopped paying too much attention to the Nuremberg because I'm really just trying to get the attention of this Queen Elizabeth because I really, 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 really want more hit points. Unfortunately, I've got two more problems. We got another flight of torpedo bombers, and at this point, it's just, how is this going to work? I've got, 5,000 hit points. I'm short on the heal, but I have to use it because I need all the hit points I can get. We take one torpedo. You can see JC watch the torpedo hit me one more time in the belt. Or I guess you could say he also saw me dodge a torpedo. I do have my plane up there. It should help me shoot down one or two aircraft with a little help from my own AA. Now I don't really realize this because I am still in panic mode. Full on panic mode. I need to get this shot out there because it's probably my last. How many times has it probably been my last? But all of them should have been, I guess. And sadly, I kind of realized only there at the last couple of seconds. JC was just going to torpedo that guy to death anyway, so... now if we are to kind of pay attention to what's on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see JC does a pre-drop. And now he's watching me get bombed again. That pre-drop is a good idea if you're going after an enemy carrier, because you're probably not going to get 2 attack runs on an enemy carrier. Going in there with 3 planes is probably best because you're going to lose at least one of them. And here we can kind of see where JC is ending up. Scouting around the far side of the map for the enemy Ranger. With 4 planes also is okay. You're probably going to lose at least 2 of them. But this way you don't lose 6 at a time. So this is a good idea if you're going up against a really, really tough target and you don't want to lose too many planes. Against lightly armed AA targets, personally I don't think pre-dropping is a great idea, but I'm not going to tell JC how to do his job. He's, like I said, really good at it. And hopefully he will actually be giving a little bit of a demonstration of that this weekend, because the plan is, with this being the start of the Golden Week, I have some things to give away. A tier 4, a tier 5, and a tier 6 premium ship. It has to be a ship available for doubloons. And we're going to do that on a stream this Saturday. So what you're seeing here is just JC and me playing around a little bit. In this case, he is, again, striking the carrier. I think he probably got a little bit too close to the carrier to do a pre-drop, so that's why you saw him go in with 5 planes. I think normally he'd probably go in there with 3. And at this point, JC is driven all the way around and is now will to rebuilding me while we use our combined AA to take down the enemy planes. This guy is, I don't know, hopefully a big fan, a subscriber. He feels like he really, really, really wanted to kill me. And at this point, I actually feel pretty okay about my chances. You can see we're only at 30 seconds left. The amount of time spent with absolutely no hit points whatsoever in this game, hilarious. JC told me in the beginning I was going to be fine. I had 600 hit points. Clearly, I was going to be fine. But I had I had no faith. And here I am, 10,000 hit points. We're going into the last couple of seconds of the match. If I know me, I'm probably going to blind shoot out there because why not? The shells are basically free. But we walk away with, you know, an okay game, 90,000 damage. Probably more importantly, like a solid 10 minutes worth of just laughing. Who would have guessed a Dreadnought plus First Blood and Devastating Strike for that poor Omaha? JC obviously also did really well in this game, coming in with a nice 118,000 damage. I managed to beat him out on the leaderboard, which really is more because of how carriers are scored. I mean, short story is, it's not how I would score it. But anyway, with that stream coming up this weekend, I do want to let you guys know, please do try to join us. We'll be going live at 11 a.m. Central Time, or thereabouts, at which point I will announce the winner of the Tier 5 ship that we can give away. If you want a chance to win that Tier 5 premium ship, please leave your name, your system, and what premium ship that you want as a reply to the pinned comment. If it is not a reply to the pinned comment, then it will not count. And you must choose a ship that is Tier 5 and purchasable with doubloons in the store right now. But anyway, I'll be drawing those up at 9 a.m. before we go live, and I'll announce whoever has won that on the stream, and we'll give away the Tier 4 and the Tier 6 during the stream. Hopefully we'll be having some fun with some Division gameplay, with some insightful carrier gameplay, and all the normal shenanigans. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. I hope to see you this Saturday, and of course, I'll see you on the next one.